Hi, my name is Tim Skillman and I want to show you this little device called the Pico Arcade Mini, and this has been under development for a few months now. And I started off first of all with the Pico Arcade, which is a bit bulkier, comes with a 2.4-inch screen, has analog joystick and buttons, and is great fun. I've even got one which I've been developing the sound for as well. But one thing I found with these bigger devices is that it takes lots and lots of work to get the connectors, the battery. It's got fully rechargeable, and all these different connectors, putting it together. And this is quite compact, but it was a lot of work to get everything done. So I thought of another way. How else can we get around this big, bulky way of designing Pico prototypes, if you like? And so I thought, okay, well, let's try something called a 3D PCB. And a 3D PCB basically allows you to connect lots of different devices together on a very thin 2mm board. And all this is nothing special about this 3D printed board. It's made out of PLA and it costs about 10p to print, nice and quick. And basically in these grooves that you see here, we feed copper wire, 0.4mm bare copper wire, which goes through, takes about half an hour to thread and to put that together and solder. It's very easy to solder because bare copper wire is much easier to solder than lots of other things. It needs no connectors, no fiddling around knowing where wires need to go from A to B, or connectors, numbering, that sort of thing. Everything is fed for you, and it's very, very simple to put that together. It takes obviously a little bit more work than if you had to design and print and you've actually spent some money producing a PCB itself. But this is a lot quicker to prototype with, make changes. So I can make changes in half an hour, have it reprinted and have the whole thing redone again if I've made any mistakes. So that's called a 3D PCB. It's not a new idea. I think it's about a couple of years old. But the way I've developed this is separate from the way other people have done it. And I've got an instructor on how to make one of these Pico Arcade Minis using one of these 3D PCs, and the link will be in below. So let's just take a quick look at the Pico Arcade Mini before we turn it on. And it's got, as I say, a 2.4-inch screen. It's got a joystick. It's got 3 buttons, and on the side here we've got on/off. And this is quite exciting. We've got 2 I2C ports, which I'll show you how those are used in a minute. On the side we've got the Pico port, and on the back we've got the boot button as well. So let's turn it on, take a look and see what it does. We start off with a breakout game, and you can use the joystick and start to play that game. And on the next, if you just press the other menu button up here, we can see it demonstrates some different screensavers that it will give an idea of the power of the Pico. All of these screensavers have been optimized with fixed point arithmetic. They don't use floating points, so it's a lot faster to render. And especially on this size of screen, you need to get every bit of speed out as you can. There's rotating images. We have a star field. We have some blobs, and this is a physics experiment which shows how we can make something like a game of pool or pinball or whatever. And we have Bezier curves, and back to the triangles again. And the last one I want to show you though before we go is we've got asteroids, and then this one here. And this one here is another quick demo. It's not an actual game, it's a demo using the I2C ports. Let's turn it off a minute, and let's put in this puck. I've called it a gyro puck because it uses a gyroscope or accelerometer in there, and basically the puck has a tiny little accelerometer which you might use for phones to see how they tilt and rotate and so on. And let's just see how that works now, because I think quite an exciting way of developing games, in that a new way of using controllers. So let's go to this here, and as you see, I put the puck under my hand. And as I move my hand, you can actually see left and right. We can actually control it just like an aircraft. So if I was flying a plane left and right, forward and backwards, or a helicopter, or I can control a tank and also use this controller down here as well if I wanted to. But this is just to demonstrate how we can use an accelerometer, a little GY521, to find a new exciting way of controlling something on the screen. We've got 2 ports, note as well, so we could even have 2-player pucks if you like. And the idea of this quick game when it's finished is that you can avoid the asteroids, fly through hoops and so on as you approach the planet in the distance. Anyway, there's just a quick idea of this little Pico Arcade Mini. It's also, as you notice, it's got a recharge state, so we know how much battery is left. It's fully rechargeable, and it's only 10mm thick. It's fantastic. Using that little 3D PCB, you can get a very, very thin, slick little device. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching that video. Thanks for watching.